In the heart of a bustling city lived a man named Tom. Tom was not unlike you or me, a regular man caught in the whirlwind of life's daily grind. But as the world around him seemed to descend into chaos, he found himself overwhelmed and helpless, a drop in the ocean, powerless against the raging storm of global turmoil. Every day, Tom would wake to the sound of news reports, each headline more disheartening than the last. Wars in far-off lands, strife on home soil, conflict and calamity seemed to be the order of the day. This ceaseless barrage of negativity left Tom feeling adrift. A tiny vessel tossed about on a vast tumultuous sea. His heart ached with the weight of the world's woes, his mind teemed with confusion and fear. He felt as though he were drowning in a sea of despair, blindfolded and handcuffed, unable to make a difference in the grand scheme of things. The more he tried to make sense of the chaos, the more helpless he felt. The world was on fire, and here he was, just one man with a single bucket of water. But Tom's struggle was not a solitary one. His feelings of despair, fear, and helplessness are shared by many. We all grapple with these emotions, wrestling with the enormity of the world's problems and our apparent insignificance in the face of them. We yearn for peace, for understanding, for a sense of purpose amidst the chaos. And like Tom, we often find ourselves feeling lost, overwhelmed by the sheer scale of it all. Yet, within this struggle, within this silent battle fought in the corners of our minds, there is a glimmer of hope. For it is in acknowledging our feelings, in understanding our fears and helplessness, that we begin to find the strength to face them. It is in the heart of chaos that we find the seeds of change, the first steps towards a better, more compassionate world. Tom's story mirrors the struggle of many, a silent battle fought in the corners of our minds. It is a reminder that we are not alone in our feelings of despair and helplessness, and it is a call to action, a call to stand together, to find strength in unity, and to seek peace amidst the chaos. Imagine being in a desert, parched, yearning for a drop of water. Every grain of sand beneath your feet is a testament to the relentless heat, the vast emptiness, the unyielding thirst. But what if you had a flask full of water with you? Would the desert still be as daunting? That flask, my dear companions on this journey of life, is the metaphorical embodiment of self-love. It's the much-needed sustenance that gives us the strength to keep going, to trudge on, even when the sun is blazing and the path ahead is uncertain. Self-love is that drop of water that quenches our thirst, not just for survival, but for thriving in the harshest of conditions. It's easy to forget about this flask, to lose sight of its importance amidst the hustle and bustle of our daily lives. We can become so focused on the sand dunes around us, the mirages of success and happiness, that we neglect the one thing that can truly sustain us: our own love for ourselves. Self-love is not about vanity or selfishness. It's about recognizing our worth, our potential, and our unique journey. It's about treating ourselves with kindness and compassion, especially when we stumble and fall. It's about acknowledging our feelings, our struggles, and our achievements, and giving ourselves the grace to grow and learn at our own pace. Think of self-care as the practice of refilling this flask. It's about taking the time to nourish our body, mind, and spirit, to ensure that we have enough water to sustain us. It's about setting boundaries, prioritizing our well-being, and making choices that align with our values and aspirations. And self-compassion, well, it's the understanding that it's okay to rest, to take a sip from the flask, even if we haven't reached the next oasis yet. It's about being gentle with ourselves, knowing that every step we take, every drop we drink is a part of our journey, our story. Self-love isn't merely a luxury, it's a necessity, like water in a desert. Scene script. Have you ever observed a flock of birds flying in unison? It's a sight to behold, isn't it? Each bird, though a solitary creature in its own right, becomes part of something bigger, something more powerful when it joins the flock. It's a beautiful dance in the sky, a testament to the power of unity and collective action. This phenomenon is not exclusive to birds. It's a universal principle that can be applied to us, humans. Yes, the concept of collective consciousness. Now, what does that mean? Imagine the human race as a huge flock, And each of us, like those birds, contributing to the direction and rhythm of the entire group. Our thoughts, our actions, our energy, they don't just exist in a vacuum. They ripple out into the world, influencing others and the universe at large. This is the power of collective consciousness. Every thought we think, every action we take, contributes to this collective energy field. Much like how each bird in a flock adjusts its flight based on the movements of the birds around it, we too, as individuals, adjust our actions and attitudes based on the collective consciousness that surrounds us. Now, here's the kicker. Because we are part of this collective consciousness, we have the power to influence it. When we choose to act with kindness, with love, with compassion, we aren't just making a personal choice, we're contributing to a shift in the collective consciousness towards positivity and unity. But remember, it's not just about grand gestures. Every thought matters. Every action counts. Even the smallest act of kindness can create ripples that reach far beyond our immediate surroundings, contributing to a kinder, more compassionate world. We as individuals are not isolated. Our thoughts, actions and energy contribute to the collective consciousness, just as each bird contributes to the flock. Reflect on a time when you faced a challenge and overcame it with the help of others. In our journey through life, we often encounter hurdles that seem insurmountable. However, it's in these very moments that the strength of unity truly shines. Picture a flock of birds navigating through a storm. Alone, each bird would struggle against the harsh winds, but together they form an unbroken chain, supporting and guiding each other towards safety. That, dear listener, is the power of unity. Yet, unity is not merely about standing together. It's about understanding and valuing each individual within the collective. And this understanding begins with self-love. When we love and accept ourselves, we create an internal harmony that resonates with those around us. This resonance fosters unity, creating a chain of positivity and acceptance that strengthens the collective. Self-love isn't about self-indulgence or narcissism. It's about acknowledging our strengths and weaknesses, our triumphs and failures. It's about understanding that we're not perfect, but we're enough. We're worthy of love and respect, not despite our flaws, but because of them. They make us human. They make us relatable. And when we embrace our humanity, we can extend the same acceptance and understanding to others. In times of conflict, this unity and self-love become pivotal. When the world around us seems filled with discord and chaos, unity serves as our anchor, reminding us that we're not alone. And self-love acts as our compass, guiding us towards empathy and understanding even amidst strife. But remember, unity and self-love aren't just about weathering storms. They're about creating a world where storms are fewer and far between. A world where conflicts can be resolved through understanding and empathy. A world where we stand together, not because we have to, but because we choose to. So let's strive to love ourselves a little more each day. Let's strive to understand and accept others, even when we disagree. And let's remember that in the face of adversity, unity and self-love become our strongest allies. Tom, in his despair, decided to make a change. He realized that the world around him was in chaos, but he also understood that he had the power within himself to bring about a positive shift. Tom began to practice self-love, not in a narcissistic or self-indulgent way, but in a way that fostered respect and kindness towards himself. He started taking care of his well-being, his thoughts and his feelings. He nurtured his soul and silenced the harsh inner dialogues that often led him to despair. As he began to love himself more, he found that he had more love to give to the world. He started contributing positively to the collective consciousness. He understood that his thoughts, actions and intentions mattered, and they had the power to impact the world in a positive way. In this process, Tom discovered a sense of peace and purpose amidst the turmoil. The chaos around him didn't disappear, but his perception of it changed. He saw it not as a hopeless situation, but as an opportunity for growth and positive change. Tom's journey is a testament to the power of self-love and unity. It's a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles. We're all part of the same collective consciousness. And when we stand together, we are stronger. So let us take a leaf out of Tom's book. Let us start practicing self-love. Let us contribute positively to the collective consciousness. It's not about ignoring the chaos or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about finding peace and purpose amidst it. It's about understanding that we are not helpless. It's about taking small steps towards change. Remember, every thought, every action, every intention counts. They ripple out into the world, creating waves of change. So let's make them positive. Let's create a wave of love, unity, and positive change. Remember, we are not helpless. With self-love and unity, we can navigate through any turmoil and contribute positively to the world.